You are too skinny, girl. You need to eat some food.
We all know that it's totally unacceptable to call someone fat, right? Why does society tell us that it's okay to call people skinny? Because frankly, it's not. As an active and healthy girl, I get comments like what you just saw all of the time. And I think I can talk for many people in saying that it's just as hurtful to hear those comments as a skinny person as it is for a fat person to hear that they are so fat and need to eat less food. The problem is, however, that the society around us normalizes this kind of act. Society tells us through its social forces of television, music, magazine ads, and modeling that being skinny is ideal. Society tells us that if you call someone skinny, that you are actually complimenting them, because who doesn't want to be skinny? Who doesn't want to look like what we see in the magazines, right? Actually, although I am proud of my healthy weight, I don't love to be called skinny, skin and bones, and things of that nature. These words actually produce latent dysfunctions in the way that the people saying the comments might not be trying to hurt the victim, but it actually makes them feel very insecure about their weight, and they begin to wonder if they are physically unattractive. Why else would people feel the need to constantly comment, right? The values that society depicts on us are that in order to be attractive, you need to be thin. And although there is absolutely nothing wrong with being thin, there is something wrong with making that the master status of a person. Calling someone out on being thin is a social issue because it is truly individual discrimination. Calling someone skinny makes the victim feel othered in the way that they don't feel like they belong. Feeling like something about you must be so different that people feel the need to point it out really makes a victim feel isolated from the group, just as it does when commenting on race, age, ethnicity, and even religion. There's this iron cage of rationality where we think that calling someone skinny might make them feel better about themselves, but in reality, it is irrational because all it does is cause separation between the two. The victim feels put down, and the perpetrator might leave the situation even feeling lightened. They might have released some of their own insecurities by bringing attention to someone else's. Making comments about a person's weight is a form of non-prejudice discrimination. Maybe they don't really mean to hurt the victim's self-esteem, but by doing so, it has a high chance of lifting their own self-esteem. This kind of separation is what drives people further apart. If we want unity, we must stop this body shaming. Even worse, society normalizes the fact that the skinny person should not come back with anything except for possibly a thank you. Society gets rid of our agency to stand up for ourselves by placing a structure that if a skinny person gets offended by this body shaming or retaliates and calls the perpetrator, especially if that person is fat, then it especially is socially unacceptable. For this reason, many of us just stay quiet. But the next time that this happens, because it likely will, I think that the appropriate response is to say, hey, I like my healthy body exactly the way that it is. Thank you, but I don't appreciate your comments about my weight. And instead, I think we should continue to focus on our own health and weights and stop body shaming in any direction that it could occur. Because, truthfully, it's harmful either way.